right, we're going to try take two. Hopefully this is working this time. All right. Let's see if we're working. So I started to tell you I've had a crazy week or two. Well, we had a great time in Miami Beach. So thankful we went when we did. I don't know if you've seen the weather, but boy, they are just getting hit with rain and rain. So glad we were there when we were, so we got to enjoy beautiful weather. Checking on Facebook or on YouTube to see if it's showing up. I think a lot of us are starting to use YouTube since Facebook changed so many things and we can't seem to get, oh, it says I'm live, good deal. Since we can't get that stuff working. So I'm hoping that YouTube will work. A lot of us are starting to use YouTube since Facebook. All right, I wanted to make sure the sound was working. That was my problem last time. All of a sudden it said there was no sound. And I thought I had it set right. As you can tell, I'm still fighting my cold. It's part of why I've kind of dragged my feet on trying to do it live because I really don't want to cough the whole time I'm talking. But I just looked and it's been a month. Yeah, I can't believe that. With this cold and then being out of town and Memorial Day. And then some family stuff I haven't gotten to share with you. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around. All right. So I was asked to teach some classes at a craft show this weekend and had a good time with people and had this kit left. And after I designed it and had people make it, went, oh, we should have made a Father's Day card. So I brought it home and I decided I'd turn it into a Father's Day card. So I'm using the Adventurous Skies with the airplanes. I love the saying, you're the best, plain and simple. And ladies really liked that this weekend too. They talked about it. These are the red rubber stamps. So they have foam. So I don't have to worry about putting a mat underneath. And let's see, I got to remember how I did this. All right, here we go. So I grabbed the Happy Father's Day from that set. I'm going to stamp it up here in the top corner. I am really hoping I get to do a few more lives now that it's summer. I just had a friend reach out and said, oh, I bet you're getting a lot of stamping done since it's summer. I said, well, not exactly. I haven't quite hit summer yet. Okay, so I forgot to write these on here. I knew I was forgetting something. These are 1 inch by, I think they're 5 1/4. Yep, 1 inch by 5 1/4. I have 2 of them with different patterns. Then this piece is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And I did 2 of those. And then I have my regular card base. And I scored it at 1 1/4 and then 4 1/4. And it's going to go like this. Grab my bone folder. Thinking about doing on Tuesdays, do a tips and tricks, just things that, you probably already know, but maybe have forgotten, or maybe it's one of those things that as demonstrators, we've just never thought to share with you. And then I'll still do a live every week. So I use, look at this paper. Isn't that perfect for an airplane? Like the swirls of the clouds and the wind patterns. And it is a very large embossing folder. Look how big that is. Now here's our smaller size in comparison to it. So look how much bigger that is. It will, of course, emboss. Look how this would fit. My whole card would fit in there. So if I wanted to emboss the whole card, and it would almost do it that way. Probably would be very, very close. All right. So I've got this scored. I'm going to take this other pattern of paper. It's Night of Navy, which I always think is so great for men. You could use this side, and it adds in some brown. One of the gals I know at the classes this weekend flipped it around like that. And I think, no, let's see what's on here. Huh, that's an interesting thought. I think I am going to mix this up a little bit. All right, so that is our, I think it's the copper clay. I'll have to look at the DSP to make sure. One piece is going to go on this little flap here. And another is going to go down here. I'm over here looking at my inks, trying to find my copper clay. And wouldn't you know, now that I decided to mix this up, I can't find my copper clay. So I was thinking it would be neat to do the Father's Day, do this again and do some brown. I could color the plain brown. That's what happens when you decide to mix things up a little bit. Might be pecan pie too. All right, I'm looking on my pecan pie. I always laugh, people always talk how they get hungry with all of our names that we have. You can see how this looks. We'll see. Yeah, you can see I'm coloring. I'm just going to add a little color here. We had an awesome opportunity to go get to see our son and his family. They were up in in Omaha. So we took Kent's folks and my mom, and we got to see them, and it was just really fun. We got to also spend time with Shelby's folks. We always enjoy time with them as well. All right, so there we go. So there's that part of it. Ooh, I'm liking that. Okay, so this part here is the part that I embossed, and I'm going to slip it inside here like that. Now, if you're going to glue this flap down, you don't need this paper quite as big. When I first designed this card, I thought I was going to glue the flap down, so I cut this piece smaller. But then I decided I liked the fold being open. All right, so that's going to go like that. All right, now I always worry when you have a piece that's going to be open and closed a lot. I worry about it coming on. So I'm going to grab some tear tape. Got to grab a new one because my other one's out. I am doing card classes this week. So I had card class yesterday and I've got it again tomorrow. But I cleaned it all up because we're celebrating my daughter's 30th birthday this evening, which is going to be fun. All right, like that. All right, so now I have this piece that I want to decorate. I'm going to use that saying that I said I like so much. You're the best, plain and simple. Oh, I love how the red rubber stamps so nicely. I know we're all getting in that thing where we like to be able to see where we're stamping, but I really do like the way the red rubber stamps. You just get such a nice image. All right. There we go. So there's for the inside. And to be consistent, I go ahead and color. I think it's probably a good thing I didn't want to talk a long time because it kind of seems like my voice is going away. Part of our family caught this cold before we went to Miami Beach. And I got it when we got back, but we just can't get over it. Boy, it just lingers, which is frustrating for me. Of course, I guess it's frustrating for everybody. You never like to be sick, do you? All right. So this piece is going to go right in there. And there's my Father's Day card. What do you think? I like it. All right, so I also wanted to show you that to take that layout and do something very different with it, I designed 2 cards for the class that pretty much had the same design, but I used different papers, thinking, it would make it look real different, and it did. But today I thought, you know what? There's another idea too. So I'm going to clean these up real quick, because if I don't, I'll probably get blue ink. Oh, I didn't do my envelope on my big airplanes out here. So there are, I think, yeah, 3 airplanes in the set. I used the small one, and now I'm going to use the medium-sized one. And I'm going to put that on my envelope. I'm going to add some clouds so my airplane is flying in the sky. There we go. There's my envelope for that one. All right, so the other one, I'm going to take it and turn it and show you, well, first I'll show you the design that I made, that they made at the classes this weekend. I have to thank Linda for being very flexible and for Dana helping me out. I was supposed to teach classes on Sunday, but then found out we could go see Brandon. So Dana taught my classes for me on Sunday. All right, so here's the other card that I designed for the classes. Same thing, papers are the same size, 1 inch by 5 1/4, 2 different patterns, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, same one on this one. So I did it like that. I don't know why that got so dark all of a sudden. There we go. Tried opening the windows, but boy, that was way too much light. All right, so then I'm going to show you another idea that I had with this. All right, so this is the same paper size, scored at 1 inch and 4 1/4, and it's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. But instead of doing it this way, I'm going to turn it this way. So I used a different embossing folder for this one. What I really like about this folder is I love both sides. So for different images, you can flip it one way or the other. You can do it on all of them, but I think this one in particular really flips both ways really nicely. All right, so there we go. Going to decide here. Ooh, that one's missing a strip. All right, so I think I'm going to do it like that. And I just realized that since I thought to do this after I started it, I am going to need to go grab my stamps real quick, because they're out on the kitchen table because they used it in the class yesterday. All right. There we go. Okay, so hang tight. I'll be right back. I think I've only had to do that twice in all the times I've been doing lives, which I guess is good, but it's sad I've done it that often, right? All right, I'm using the Cheerful Daisies. And let's see. What am I going to use for a greeting on this one? I really like the hello. And I forgot my inks. So I'm going to show you, when you do that, how you can ink up your stamps. So take your marker. Here's your tip for you today. you don't have your ink pad with you, grab your marker. Don't use your blends. It needs to be your regular marker. Now, I brought it out here in case I needed it. Oh, that didn't work very well. Well, it's a good thing it's the photopolymer. We'll see if I can do another one on there. This is Petunia Pop. It's one of our new in colors. I have to admit the in colors this time just make me smile. They're bright and cheerful. If I can line these up. Oh, that's better. There we go. And then I use the bubble bath for the inside of my flowers. I'd have thought of the ink pad. I'd have grabbed it while I was running to get the other one, and then I wouldn't have had to do that. Now, I'll tell you my trick with these flowers. When you look at the daisies, and it's probably easier to see here, there are two flat ones right here. So I always look for those two right there to line up to figure out my centers. And I think they work really well to line them up. All right. And then I'm using Lemon Lolly for my center. Another one of those colors when they first came out with it, I thought, I'm not going to use that very much. Oh my gosh, I use it all the time. All right, and I again don't have my summer splash. It's in my bucket. I have the fun opportunity of teaching a make and take this weekend at some meetings in Wichita. So I've been getting stuff ready for that, trying to keep the stuff out for my classes. And I still haven't cleaned up from last weekend. And I had Kitten Cup this week too. So boy, is my room a mess and so many different things going on. All right, so there's that. And then I don't know about you, but have you looked at this Unbounded Love? The sayings in here I think are just really great. So I use the hello. Hope is believing in a brighter tomorrow. Love never gives up. Faith is being sure of what we cannot see. You're a blessing. You are loved. Have a blessed day. Some really great sayings in here. And since I want this to be a card for just any occasion, I'm looking for you are loved. Oh, have a blessed day. We'll do that one. I also am using a lot of different inks or blocks. I let the library borrow a bunch of my blocks. They're doing a fun passport theme this summer for their reading program. And I offered to give them some blocks and some stamps. So I'm excited to see how all that turns out. Have a blessed day there. Doesn't that look nice? And then I'm going to stamp this one up here like that. There we go. And by flipping it this way, I think it gives it a completely different look. We had a great time at Kitten Cup on Tuesday evening too. Didn't have a real big group, but those that were there, I think, had a good time. I know I enjoyed it. All right. We do have Kitten Cup on June 25th. So if you can make that one, we'd love to have you join us. It'll be 10 and 2 coffee like always. I just ordered some of the new kits. Oh my gosh, guys, bring your money. These kits are so cool. There's one with cityscapes, some hollyhocks, some beautiful, beautiful like designer series paper. Ordered them today. Hopefully they'll be here in plenty of time for the 25th. There we go. So look, you can go this way. It can go this way. Or you can do a masculine card with it. Isn't that a fun fold? There we go. Well, guys, it was fun to share with you again. Hopefully I'll have a stronger voice on Monday night. I'm thinking about mixing up my times a little bit this summer. If you would rather watch me in the afternoon, would you put a message? Let me know. I'm thinking about maybe like around 3 o'clock or something, doing it this summer. All right, I'm going to put one more down here, especially since I advertised it was the Father's Day card. Have a great week. I hope you enjoy